Hey everyone, welcome to Alchemy with Zero Phase. This will be my first time doing some kind of a live broadcast, and so I'm sure I'll mess up. It'll be fun. Hey, so in this broadcast, I'm just going to be playing around with generating prompts using my prompt generation tools on my Zero Gen platform. I'm going to show you real quick here what I'm talking about. Let's see. Okay, so a lot of you know I have my own website now. I moved away from uh, Wix. Got a little frustrated with their shenanigans and kind of a dictatorial control over my store and how I was running things. And so, using AI, I do a lot of vibe coding. I went through and devved out my own website and hosting platform, got it tied in with PayPal and a lot of other, and just so that I'm not dealing with Wix anymore. Talk about frustrating as hell. So I'm kind of playing around with this. I just get lost in playing with this because of how good it is. And, those of you who've been with me for a while know that I've developed prompt generators for a couple of years now since, geez, mostly it started based around Stable Diffusion, trying to figure out like what was the best way to prompt using Stable Diffusion. And so after developing that for a little while, I'm like, people might want to access this. So I set up a website where people could access it. I mean, it wasn't the best website in the world, but it worked and it was functional. And, so these two here. I got a Stable Diffusion with emphasis using the emphasis formatting and no emphasis formatting. So those of you who use Stable Diffusion, you have access to this and you can create some decent prompts for whatever it is you want, Um, WebUI Forge, my generator is actually it's the Forge edition of Automatic 1111, and it works really well. I've got it kind of tied into the system, and I've actually got it set up so I can run multiple endpoints to balance workload for that particular image generation. So yeah, just it's kind of fun that way. But yeah, as you can see, it generates a nice, concise prompt using emphasis in various areas. You can see down here it's generating and got a percentage going up. And there's your prompt. So, steampunk deep sea diving suit exploring ancient ruins. Yeah, sure. That's what it looks like. So it does a really good job. Anyway, I've been playing around a lot lately with these new image generators like Nano Banana, which is not new, but the newer GPT Image 1.5, Sea Dream 4.5, Nano Banana Pro, Z Image Turbo. These are some amazing image generation tools. And so I've developed some newer ones. So Flux came out. I developed a prompt generator for that. Um, we got some other ones here from Midjourney, DALL-E, Leonardo. Those are all older ones, kind of like the Stable Diffusion one. But these are the newer ones up near the top here. Flux obviously would be for Flux models. We have a few of those, a few connections of those here, like the HyperFlux 8-step generate a prompt. Oops, let's generate a random prompt for that one. Show you that one here. So let's just switch this over to a 4:3 canvas here. Let that get started on. Sometimes these non-common models take a minute to spool up in the service that I use, so I'll kind of let that go and maybe move on to something else here. So then we have Nano Banana. So that's a fairly newer one from Google, and it is absolutely phenomenal when it comes to text adherence, things like that. Um, yeah, you can see this one is doing it in 8 steps. You can see kind of that, I don't know what you call it, grittiness. Anyway, it's just one of the Flux models. So the Nano Banana prompt gives a bit more detail in the description. But what's interesting is I was doing this one, and then recently, somebody figured out that a lot of the data that these models, these newer ones, these big ones, these frontier models like Nano Banana from Google, oh god, I don't like that one because it thinks there's something sensitive about it. Interesting. Let's try it one more time. The Frontier models were trained on so much data, it also included a lot of textual data. And apparently in that were JSON scripting, script formatting, and even things like, yeah, there you go. Oh, I see why. But that's what allows us to now use the JSON image prompting. And let's get a prompt in here. Let's just throw this out there. We're going to do it at the 1280 pixels. And Nano Banana is not bad. It's not super slow, so it's ideal to use. It does handle decent amounts of text, okay, and I'll show you that here too. But having the JSON prompting actually helps with that. In fact, let's just show you a quick example here. Just throw something in here. Let's go cover image for a music album. Give it a random band name and artist. Grossly and band member names listed in the bottom, I don't know, right corner of the image. This is for a punk rock band. Very colorful and slightly abstract. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. We're going to JSON prompt. We're going to run this through Nano Banana. It should give me some text in this, so we're going to go ahead and enhance that. I'm going to come down here and just kind of see layout instructions. Okay, and titles. Yeah, Sound Squadron. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and what formatter? See, it was just a 1-to-1, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. I hope everybody can hear me okay. My sound thing looks like it's picking everything up. Normally I would have like a chat thing here. I don't know if there's a chat thing going on. I apologize. I'll figure that out later. Yeah, there you go. Sound Squadron. That's gorgeous. Like Reno vocals, bass, glitch, guitars, fuse. That sounds like a band from there. But yeah, that turned out pretty good. Okay, so then we took it a little bit further. Now that we've got a lot of the video generation models coming out, they are also advanced in the sense they interpret JSON prompts. In fact, let's come over here to my library here. We're going to go to videos and just take, for example, this one. I believe this one has a good JSON prompt. I don't know if you can hear that, but the video JSON prompt just handled that very well with setting the lighting, the motion, and overall what I wanted out of it. So not bad. Some of these I was trying to do some Warhammer 40K stuff, trying to do a pirate. Some of these models do sound, others don't. I tried to describe like talking in this one, and he does talk, but there's no sound, obviously, but very, very cinematic camera movement. So yeah, I'm just playing around with this, trying to figure out what works best in different scenarios, getting that image description to work properly. Let's take, for instance, let me show that to you here. I'm going to pull up my, so this is on my, not that I'm plugging OpenArt, but I have a bunch of images I uploaded at some point to OpenArt under a profile that you can get for free, and I was going to play around with this to kind of see how it handled describing some of my images that I did before, since I didn't have this before. Let's see, there was one in particular I was looking for. Where is it? Oh, that one right there. This is just a cool image. I really liked it. So we're going to grab that one. We're going to drop that in there. Describe it. I'm going to throw that out to a 16:9. Let it be on Google Nano Banana. Generate that. So it adds a lot of detail. These new image generators can take just a crap ton of of detail. Like, that's phenomenal. I mean, it doesn't quite have the camera angle that this one does. Like, it's a slightly, it looks like a Dutch angle on it, but that turned out really good. Being able to get a very close approximation to that image. So if you have an image that you're interested in figuring out, like maybe what kind of a prompt would generate it, that's all free here. So again, sometimes I forget to mention these things. All of this is the prompt generation side of this is free. Okay. Again, just sign up for a free account. You don't have to pay for anything. Okay. If you want to mess around with the image and video generation, great. You get 25 free credits when you sign up. That's just kind of my thing for helping people get in here and have fun with this. So the describing an image works well. You can click on the this button right here. It'll give you a file browser. You can browse for files. You can save your prompts to the library. So you have your library here where you have images, videos, and prompts. You can save your prompts here. So like if we like this one, we can click save. Should save it to the, yep, there it is. So we got that one, there's that one. You can actually generate an image from that, I think. I think I'm going to end up changing that so you can drag and drop like an image you've already generated into that. So you know what that prompt will generate. But yeah, that's just the library there. Okay, so again, you have access to the advanced image generators, and then those are the basic prompt generation tools. So you save. So this is an image reference image. You can load reference images into here, but dropping them in. And with the advanced image generators, they'll take reference images and put them together, do whatever you want with them. But the save, enhance, random, and describe are all part of the prompt generation. You have access to all the prompt generators that I have here. I constantly work on these to make them better. I test them before I deploy them. And right now they're pretty well refined. I really like the results that I get from most of them. And then for those of you who remember my legacy platform, I do have that available. I've moved it over. It's accessed through the little stars button right here. When you click on that, you get the legacy platform prompt generation tools. Just make that a little bit bigger. I think that should work. And we've kind of reduced it down so that you have access to the prompt generation settings and the artist options and references. I think that was why I didn't do that. Okay. So what this allows you to do is generate up to 10 prompts from any of the available prompt generators. So like the JSON image prompt, that would take a little while to do that. Let's do 4. And it does give you can drop an image in here. It'll do the description. Over here are the more advanced functionality. This helps you build your prompt based on style of artist. Like if you want to include an artist style in that, I don't know, like some James Tissot. So grab that, it puts it down here in the drop down list. So you have a bunch of drop down lists down here. This one right here is, you can select, a color theme for it. If you have a hard time describing a color, just, select it from here and add it in. It'll give you a name for the color, which adds it to the prompt intuitively. So let's add a couple more colors in here and let's just see what we can get here. Let's do like I don't know what that color is. Let's see what it says. Soft lavender blue. Yeah. So we'll add those 3 colors in. Let's come down here. Let's do characters. Let's do 2 characters, character types. We want an adventurer and a android. I'm not going to describe hair or eyes or anything. I don't want to get that close in on the characters, but let's do expressions. Let's do absent-minded. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to throw that all in there and hit generate on this. Let's just do 2 prompts. Hit generate on that. It'll give you 2 different prompts in the JSON format. They are pretty long, so you have to scroll down. You can copy that, move back over to here. Let's drop that in. Let's see what we get. I'm just going to leave that 16 by 9. Nano Banana. Again, Nano Banana is just a good all-round advanced basic model that does generations pretty quick. Just see how close the prompt is to what I requested. Yeah, sure enough, you got your adventurer, you got your robot, and you got the colors that were requested. His coat is the first color that we selected, kind of that, what was it called? Deep amber gold, and then we got some of the magenta in there with the plants and the robot eyes even, and then the haze is the color of the lavender, so that worked out really well. Now I don't know about the style, so I don't know if it included, like, you could search through the data in the JSON, and it should have the artist name in there. Now I don't know how well a lot of these newer image generation models follow like artist names, due to a lot of the legal action that happened. I think a lot of them were pulled out, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but it's there if you want to use it. You can always reset, clear drop downs, clear colors, start over there. I'll go down. Let's go down to the next prompt here and let's see what it does. See what kind of an image we get from that. I mean, you can read through it, and I may even create something that is able to take this JSON prompt and format it into a window that is easier to read. The title of the section and the different details in each section. So yeah, this one did. I hate when it does the letterboxing like this. Sometimes it does that. Most of the time it doesn't. But you do have the colors in here. It's missing a little bit of the lavender, not the lavender, the violet that we had picked out, but we've got a lot of the other colors in there. That's good. Cool. So yeah, that's this window here. You got a ton of stuff. If you're looking for inspiration, these are great, for being able to go in and actually pull out. I did a lot of work and a lot of research getting this all put together, especially with the artists. There's, I don't remember how many, there's like 1,400. So page 552 times, I don't know, 8 images per page. It's a ton of images and a ton of artists. So about 1,400 artists, I believe. This was all based originally, when I developed this, off the Stable Diffusion models, when they had pretty much every artist you could think of programmed into them or trained into them. So I don't know, let's just generate a random prompt based on just the artist. We're going to see. Yeah. Oh, well, you know that. H.R. Giger, Mobius. Yeah, Mobius for the vast melancholic sci-fi architecture. Let's see what that looks like. I do find myself loving Nano Banana Pro, though. Its ability to handle vast amounts of text is mind-boggling. That's interesting. Kind of abstract. I'm not sure what's going on there. Solitary iridescent bioluminescent puddle forest growing inside the crystallized ruins of a massive ancient satellite dish. Well, I guess that's what that is. You got these little creatures. You got kind of the forest right here. It's broken up right there. That is interesting. Kind of wonder, I'm going to run that through Nano Banana Pro because it interprets things in a lot more detail. I'm going to show you another thing that's really cool about the prompt generator, that you can do when you're playing with your prompts, trying to tune them, however you want. You can actually instruct it from here. The refine actually acts as, it just submits it with whatever instructions you give it. So we can come down here and let's just tell it change the camera angle and view to be from a bird's view, wider angle. And so, and you can specify in the prompt below. I think it'll interpret. And you click the refine button here, and that'll allow you to actually instruct it to do those particular things. We're going to switch back to Nano Banana here and run that one. So this is kind of cool. Kind of added the neat outlines to it. That might be in the instructions the regular Nano Banana may not have gotten it, but this one is a little more accurate because it's a little more of a bioluminescent forest inside of the satellite dish, but a little closer up. So that changed the camera angle. We're now bird's eye view above it. It did create a kind of a weird satellite dish. Thinks it's out in space, I guess, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. These are a lot of fun. Let's see if I can get the... Honestly, I don't know if anybody's watching here. There's a way to bring up the... Let's see the controls. 1 second here. Oh, there we go. See if that gives me what I'm looking for. So yeah, there we go. I guess there is somebody watching. That's awesome. I know there's like a chat view too. Oh, there it is. There we go. Louis Guido, always there. Shout out to you. You're there watching all my videos, and I appreciate that. So anyway, yeah, this is there anything that okay, since Louis, you're the only one here, is there anything in particular you want to see? Video generation is always fun. This one was kind of a fun one too. It's funny how he steps over them and they just kind of sit there. This guy's pointing the other way, but I was trying to refine that to get them so they reacted, but it was just a little odd. You can always go back and watch it. I've set it to do DVR, so this will be available under the live casts. I figured out, a lot of my videos I do are just raw, and honestly, I think I'm going to start doing live casts more often because it's just kind of more who I am. I like being kind of in the moment. It's hard for me to do something scripted. I'm not a video editor. That's why all my videos look as as raw as they do. But I just went over some of the older prompt generators that I've done, the newer JSON image prompting, how you can manipulate them using the legacy image or prompt generation tools in conjunction with the new tool or the new prompt generators, and how this is all free. The prompt generation aspect of my site is all free. When you subscribe to my site, you can just get in there and start generating all the prompts you want. You can do image descriptions. Yeah, the flaming horse one is actually my favorite right now. That one was done with the LTX2 fast video generation because it also does audio. We can try doing a video real quick. Let's see here. What do we want to do a video of? Let me think here. Let's do massive giant mountain troll towering over mountains and forest, walking toward the viewer. Very intimidating, and almost like cinematic. Okay. The more what we're going to do, we're going to do the JSON video prompt generator. Actually, no, we're going to generate an image from this first. We'll do it 16 by 9 because that's what the video generator will take. And let's just get a really good image from that. So we're going to do, I want to do Pro. Let's do this one. Yeah, I think that's fine. We're going to do the newer GPT image 1.5. This is the one everybody's kind of screaming about and loving, and I don't know, whatever. It's still not quite as fast as Nano Banana. It still does not handle words, as many words as Nano Banana and Nano Banana Pro can do. But it's not, oh, it doesn't like that. I forgot. And it's very limited, its aspect ratio. 2, 3, 3, 2, and 1, 1. So once I select that, the other one should, it's set as a custom, but so we're going to do 3, 2. And oops, let's see. Let's cancel that. And let's enhance that. Let's generate the image for it. Yeah, the LTX video generator right now is a great balance between speed, resolution, and quality and prompt adherence. You can do a 16 by 9, 9 by 16, and 1:1. You can do 1080p all the way up to 4K and 6 seconds to 10 seconds. And as far as I can tell, it's probably the cheapest too. Like the number of credits that are required to generate is pretty insignificant compared to something like, let's say, Google Veo 3.1. 4-second video is going to cost you 40 credits just for that. And when you go up to 8 seconds, and that's just at 720p, go up to 1080p and 8 seconds and you're at 80 credits. It's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. And it does pretty good quality. But the LTX 2 Fast is amazing quality, very good prompt adherence. I believe it does scene shifting. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. So yeah, let's just take this guy here, and I want to do a video. So we're going to do the video prompt generator. We're going to drop him in there, do a describe. Let it grant that. So we now have supposedly a video sequence. It holds its position. Yeah, no, I want him walking. So we're going to change this prompt. Change actions for the giant so he is walking, then stops, looks left and right, then turns to the left and starts walking again. And we'll go ahead and enhance that one, see if it'll do it. Been having issues. Yeah, it kind of does this. Don't understand what it's doing there. Yeah, we're going to hit it again, see what it does. Yeah, it should put it back in a JSON. I don't know why it doesn't format it in the JSON. There's something going on in the back end when I do the secondary generation on that. We're going to copy that, see what it does. And we're going to go over here to the library, and I can go to that image. We're going to use for video. And I can do that from here too. I can actually choose from library and choose it from here too. But so yeah, we're going to do the LTX fast. We're going to do, I don't know, 6 seconds is fine. Yeah. And 16 by 9. You know what? We're going to do 8 seconds just because. Post our prompt in here and hit generate. Now, we've tried to estimate, like as best we can, like how long this will take. And that's the other thing I like about the LTX 2 Fast is it's much faster at generating videos than others. So oh, something, yeah. Nano Banana natively will not do any other aspect ratio other than 1:1. There's some trickery you have to do to get it to do anything other than 1:1. And yes, it'll actually do extreme aspect ratios. because what it does, it'll take an image, like it will, you can give it an image and describe what you want it to do that image. Well, I figured, well, why don't you just take a blank canvas, white canvas image, whatever aspect ratio you want, submit it, and then just describe what you want in the image. That's kind of what we do on the back end to trick that. So let's see what this looks like. Oh, yeah. I think we lost in that when I was messing with the prompt over here, what he's doing in the way of stopping, turning his head, looking left and right. That was still kind of cool. Camera kind of pans up and get to see his face there. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, so yes, again, like I said, Nano Banana. Let me put it to this way: edit capable models. Yeah, some of them are limited in the aspect ratio of native image generation, and so what we've done in the platform is made it so that when you select an aspect ratio, like say 9:16, it creates a blank white canvas in the resolution that you've selected. So like take for instance Nano Banana Pro. I think Nano Banana Pro does actually support different aspect ratios, but I'm treating it the same as the regular Nano Banana. And so we can actually select a different resolution on this 2K, and when we select the image, I think over here it's just specifying this as, you know, an aspect ratio based on this here, but when we submit the image, it'll actually generate it at 2K. So let's say we generate a different random prompt here using JSON image prompt. Oops. It's an image edit of a square image. That's interesting. And you just specified 11:3. That would be interesting. So, come on, select that. There we go. Okay, tortoise with bioluminescent lichen. Okay, it likes a lot of bioluminescent stuff. It's kind of funny. You know, actually, let's do this. I want to show this. Okay, we're going to do a banner image for a website that says really wide images are us in a futuristic font and background. Now, let me see if I can, if this allows me to do this. I think it's set up to do this. We're going to Nano Banana. Yeah, we're going to go down to custom, and I do have a custom scaler here for determining like what you want in your aspect ratio. Okay, I don't know why oh yeah, so it's just the one. So yeah, you can do 1:1 all the way up to a 4:1 or a 1:4. Now this is all determined by the model itself. I do customize each one. Some of them may not let you do the custom aspect ratio, but we can apply this, and it creates the canvas. We're going to go ahead and enhance that prompt and submit it. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Anyway, I'm probably going to have it going. So there you go. You get a nice 4:1 aspect ratio image. Really wide images are us. So yeah, I'm going to end the broadcast here. Hey, I appreciate you joining and watching. Hopefully we'll be able to get more later on as we do this, and just, you know, find more ways to explore this and what these things can do. So we'll talk to you all later.